All right. This is a very interesting game to say the least. This game was sent into me by none other than Drill Time. So it does appear that this is Sparta is Drill Time. I don't really know at what elo this game was played, but I do know that Drill Time has hit about 2k ELO. Let's go just Berber Villager rushing. Now, I know that there's been some allegations towards Drill Time, whether or not he was cheating or not. I'm not going to go too much into that. Ooh, runs into a Jaguar over here. Does he have Loom on this villager? A lot happening right off the start in a Berber villager rush. Yes, does have Loom. Should clear up that Jaguar without too many problems. That scout is all the way up in no man's land as these two villagers are approaching the right direction. With the TC Orbit mod, by the way, some people actually say that the TC Orbit mod is kind of like a cheat in itself. You do get a very nice ring, the green ring that people often ask about in my YouTube videos where the TC could be. Now, I use it because it's available on the mod store, but I would not be opposed to the devs getting rid of that mod. I do think it is quite powerful, especially when it comes down to laming, as it gives a very good indication where your opponent may be. Walking all the way around, did see the stone up here and the main goal, probably searching for the boars. It is very important to get the boars as quickly as you possibly can from your opponent. That's a lot of food that you can deny. I think Red has actually noticed this. High elo players often do when you try and lame their biggity bang boar, but that boar does look like it's going to go down. The palisade is going to be destroyed. The boar is going to run around, but I don't think that boar has enough HP. Ooh, also up here on the front, is this villager going to be able to get away? Nice blocks from this is Sparta. Kills it, but loses a scout. I don't know if that's worth it or not. I think the scout adds a lot of value to a Berber villager rush. The reason I say that is because you need to know where to go. Ooh, doink, doink, doink. I'm gonna try and get this villager on the way out. I didn't actually mention that this is a new type of Berber villager rush, the aka Spartan rush. Oh, laming all the deer as well. Absolutely sickening. Would not be surprised if he sends these two back, luring his last boar at home, just making sure that he has continual food production. I think he's probably going to put one or two onto stragglers here. But the idea is to completely overwhelm your opponent with villagers. 30, 40, 50, 60 villagers, whatever you can muster up, just send it forward. Just make sure that you have 6 to 7 on food at home, and the rest all go forward to fight. Don't let your opponent breathe. Don't take your foot off of the accelerator. Constantly harass. Meanwhile, red is trying to wall up. I do like this walling over here towards the TC. If he could make another wall here and here, he'd actually be relatively well protected with his main gold as well as his wood line. Coming forward to construct a house, realizes that there is a villager over there. That villager has to abandon the deer. That is not very delightful. And I wonder where he's going to go. I think he might go back to the boar just to make sure. Oh, red is expecting TC drop. It is not a TC drop. It is simply a harass. And this is where we go. Oh my goodness. The wall in on that villager. Can he get that, Phil? Oh, he got him. That was absolutely amazing. Also denying that main gold, or at least making it very tricky to take. Yeah, this is the wall that I had envisioned, but I had envisioned that wall over here and over here to make it trickier for this is Sparta to get through. Although this is a pretty solid wall off as well, but this is Sparta doesn't care, running underneath the TC. What is going on? That's certainly going to be two dead villagers, right? Nope, because TCs are kind of stupido. Oh my god, the house wall. Why did he eject? He could have definitely gotten another villager over there. This is Sparta desperately trying to get into that wood line, and I would not be surprised if, yeah, more and more villagers are trickling forward, harassing the berries, harassing the straggler trees, harassing the wood line. Continual houses need to come up. This house actually might go down, which would allow this is Sparta to attack from this side. Holy moly. The Berber super villagers, look at all the fighting that's going on. There's fighting going on over here, there's fighting going on over here, there's houses being destroyed over here. Do not let off of the gas. Does he know about this wood line? No, he does not, but he sees that villagers are coming from this direction, which could be an indication that there are villagers collecting resources over there. Did manage to break through, should just wall this in and continue to apply pressure where most of the villagers are located. Surprisingly, red is actually up in villagers. The problem is red's going to have a significantly harder time maintaining villager production. He has no food in the bank. Look at these villagers just willy-nilly running around the TC as there's also just absolute chaos going on everywhere. And this is Sparta is now taking the villager lead. Just needs to keep red off of food, and red will never ever be able to get into Feudal Og. Surprisingly, red has not dropped any farms. I feel like if you have 375 or 72 wood floating, it would be useful to drop some farms down. Actually going to destroy the lumber camp rather than walling it in. I think walling it in with palisade walls is so much faster. Are these villagers going back? Oh, red. What? I guess a red villager. There's just too much going on. Procaster, everybody. I guess a blue villager was running back to the TC. Red didn't realize, and now he's actually lost track of 5 of these Villagares, which is pretty terrible to say the least, as the villager difference is just getting larger and larger. Only 5 on food, not enough to maintain villager production. Red's APM's not keeping up with that of this is Sparta. Villagers running back to their wood line that is also big. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Being harassed. Let's speed this bad boy up a little bit and just see the ridiculousness unfold. 8 villagers up for This Is Sparta. And you can see that This Is Sparta is a master vill fighter, to say the least. I mean, he's just dunk 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 dunk. Now he said he does this without TC dropping, which I found quite amazing, especially since you can just construct farms around DTC. I think that's going to be very, very difficult not to just TC drop your opponent. Forward mill with farms, because you need to have that forward eco. You never know when you're going to want to turn your economy into Spartan soldiers. The berries are almost done. Everything has to be transitioned into wood. And I think once you have like 30 or 40 villagers, is what Drill Time said, you can take down TCs without too many issues. Too many issues being a very relatively used term. All of these villagers are high HP. Going to snipe down those archers as well. Red's still very, very far away from feudal. Snipe down those gold collecting villagers that are probably going to produce archers in feudal age. However, he still doesn't have the food required to get to feudal age. And this is becoming absolutely disastrous. Attacks from all sides, attacks from the left, attack from the right. He actually is through here already, unless Red does a quick wall. I don't know if he's fully realized that. Barracks now going up on the front. Villagers running past the TC. Will they get through on the left? Will they get through on the right? They are through on the right. The left is about to fall as well, and there's going to be a lot of Vill fighting going on the wood line. Idols absolutely everywhere. It is too much for Red to keep track of at this time, and just mass abandoning to the forward wood line, which he had previously chopped. Little does he know that this is Sparta is already over there, just simply going to run those villagers over and attack as well. Absolutely hilarious, in my opinion. I also find it very interesting that this is Sparta is just attacking all of these houses, even though Red has not been pop capped at all by that, which is hilarious to me. Is up a total of 8 villagers though, and I only see that getting larger as time progresses. Needs to take positive engagements. Militia being constructed just to clear up this nonsense. Oh, there's another one. Bites the dust. No. Another one bites the dust. And another one gone, and another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Hey, what you gonna do? Don't get demonetized. Pulu. Saving the weak one. This guy's just running by. He should steal these farms. Honestly, what you can do is you can just doink one of these villagers and then steal that farm really, really quickly. It almost goes unnoticeably quick. Not letting off at all. None of the villagers are collecting additional wood unnecessarily. They are just attacking. Attack. Back onto the left side. Villagers back onto the right side. Is through on the left side this time, and is simply going to just fight everything. Reinforcements have arrived. This is Sparta. Actually, it's kind of like the opposite of Sparta if you think about it, because you're overwhelming your opponent with villagers. It's kind of like a zombie horde if you think about it. Just the sheer number of bodies. They may not be very strong, but if you just throw enough bodies at the problem, you will eventually make headway, maybe. We have been looking at 27 minutes of continual Dark Age Vill fighting. Peak AoE 2 content, if you ask me. And the villager differential is just getting larger and larger and larger. We're up to 13 villagers difference. How is this being constructed everywhere in defense just to try and keep it out? Going back forward to chop this wood, but that wood's going to be spotted almost instantaneously. Would not be surprised if some of these farming villagers are going to be pulled to try and stop that. Did not do a very good job hiding this. Oh, you attack my houses, I attack your houses. Absolutely hilarity is ensuing. Just Vill fighting everywhere. Red has more villagers here, which means that this is Sparta should actually retreat over here. I don't think that he is too bothered by it. These villagers actually could be doing a lot more work. Stealing these farms, for example, would be useful. What can I even say? What can I even say other than glorious? Half of Blue's eco is idle. A quarter of Red's eco is idle, and there's still Vill fighting going on at the 30-minute mark. Both players nowhere near feudal. I think Red could have potentially just saved up a little bit and gone feudal, but is also opting to continuously produce villagers. It would be very interesting for me to see if he goes for the TC and denies feudal age. That would be huge. Red really doesn't have anywhere good to collect wood. Actually, used so much on farms that he doesn't have enough for a lumber camp. So he's going to long distance at least 18 wood, or could just delete some of these palisades that are not fully constructed to give himself back a little bit of that wood. Oh my God. What did I get myself into? Is this like a 4 hour just Vill fighting extravaganza? Oh, here he goes. Here he goes. Look at this. We have 40 villagers going for the TC. Doesn't have enough wood to repair over here. Evening out the numbers significantly, but he doesn't have a lumber camp. Oh my God. No. No. Red is dead. Red is absolute. Oh my gosh. What a turn of events. Can't produce villagers anymore. If only he had 70 more wood, he would still be in business. But even though Blue threw so many villagers attacking that TC, it doesn't even matter because he can reproduce villagers, whereas Red cannot. He can't even collect additional wood. He doesn't have any lumber camps. There's nowhere for him to drop it off. He could do a farm trick where you collect wood and then create a farm and then drop it off in that way. However, Red can't do that because he doesn't have enough wood for a farm. In other words, Red is boned. It's only a matter of time before every single villager of Red's is cleared up. What Red should actually do is go for Blue's TC now, take it down, and then hope that Blue doesn't have enough wood to reconstruct a lumber camp. But that is a big ask, to say the least. Yet, like this lumber camp needs to go. Any other sneak lumber camps that Blue has? No, it does not look like it. And here Red comes. Oh my gosh. Absolutely peak AoE2 content here. Let's just speed this up and close this one out. Ah, my pens! Yeah, Red is doing exactly what I thought he was going to do, which, yeah, he realizes he can't. He simply realizes he can't. Let me quickly take a look at the statistics. And with that, 65 kills, just villagers. We have watched a game that is 42 in-game minutes of just Vill fighting. Memes, and dreams. Keep on walking.